Hello everyone, it's Tana. Welcome back to the channel and another video for the Not2Shabby shop. So we have a new release. I'm not sure what it's called, but here we're going through the Ephemera. It comes with an Ephemera pack, a pack of pretty sticky rhinestone jewels, 2 stamp sets, 2 6x6 paper pads and paper packs, and 1 slimline. So the first stamp set here is called Insect Cuties. We have a butterfly and a bee and a ladybug and a snail holding a baby. And it's got some cute sentiments here. I'll read those in a second. And the second one is called Buzzy Bees. And it's all bees, cute little bees with a lot of cute sentiments. Actually, while you're looking at the papers here, I'll read you the sentiments. The first set is called Busy Bees 6x6 paper pad, 24 double-sided sheets, 4 of each design. And this one here is called Summer Flowers, 6x6 paper pad, 24 double-sided sheets, 4 of each design. So for the bee stamp set, we have Be Wonderful, Be Kind, Let's Be Friends, We Belong Together. And the other set has Even the Tiniest Things Can Be Miracles, Hello My Friend, Beautiful as a Butterfly, Happy Birthday, and You Snailed It, which I thought was super cute. And then we have this faux embossed watercolor slimline paper pad, and I thought these colors were super cute, like kind of a pastel embossed colored rainbow. So actually I'm going to use that slimline paper pad for the first 2 cards today. And I used that stitched square slimline die I showed you there on the screen. And I cut it out of 2. Originally I thought that I was going to switch the orange with the green and the green with the orange as backgrounds for the shaker cards. But I decided to go with some of the flower papers from the, which one was that from? The Summer Flowers paper pack. So I did 3 separate. I showed you 4, but I left out the one with the white background behind the flowers and did the other 3. Excuse me. So here I'm tracing on my back card panel where I want those squares of pattern paper to go. And here I'm using my embossable acetate, window acetate, which I thought I was going to emboss the sentiments on it and decided against it, but that's okay. And after cutting out 2 of the squares of acetate, I figured I'd just save myself some trouble and less use of the acetate sheets if I just cut a rectangle for the other 2 squares on each card. So after I get all that acetate glued on and these squares of pattern paper onto the card panel, we're going to layer up that front panel there with double height adhesive, or foam tape, I'm sorry. And this is the Heavy Doodle 3mm deep foam tape. I like to use this stuff because then I'm not taking the time to double up my foam tape. I also add Nouveau Deluxe adhesive to all my foam tape to make sure that it stays where it's supposed to stay. You never know when you're using acetate versus paper if your stuff's going to stay where it's supposed to stay. So I always like to use glue with it. Now I'm adding some sequins, seed beads, some iridescent heart confetti that I got at AC Moore before they closed, and actually a pastel set that I received from a Not2Shabby order, and then this set here came from Not2Shabby in an order as well. And just anything I thought was going to go nicely with that flower pattern paper. Now I'm peeling off all the backing, adding my glue, and then I had marked my paper so I knew how much was to be left on the top and the bottom so I could snip it even later on. That way I knew all my squares of flower pattern paper were right in the window where they should be. Now I'm going to take some of this sugar crystal glitter paper, or glitter cardstock from Tonic, and I'm cutting it into kind of 1/2-inch strips. It was hard because there was no measurement that close to the blade. I was kind of winging it, but that's okay because I'll measure and draw a line before I glue it onto the backs of the shaker panels. Now I'm going to heat set my sentiments. I chose Happy Birthday and also Hello My Friend. And I think there I did switch the pattern paper. I used green with the orange and orange with the green. And here I drew lines on my glitter paper, glitter cardstock there, and then lined it up to glue along the sides of the shaker panel. And then I'll snip off the excess edges before I place it onto these very light pale blue pieces of cardstock, which I use as a mat behind the shaker panels. And I did end up cutting my glitter strips down just a little bit so you could see more of that blue paper behind it. I think it ties in with the flower pattern nicely. Added some glue to my shaker panels and glued them in place. And now that the shaker cards are all done themselves, we're going to start adding our little insects and bees and our sentiments and making it look pretty. So I did it so that there was one insect in each window, but they're down below the border of the window. They're not on the window because originally I was going to have them inside each window, but I didn't want them taking up so much of the shaker windows. And then I'm going to add one gem in each window from that, what's it called? Gina Marie Designs, I believe. The little rhinestones. Just to make it look pretty. Now for the second set of cards, we're going to use pattern paper and some ephemera. I'm using this stencil here from the Rabbit Hole Designs and 3 different colors of yellow that I thought would look nice for like honey. And I'm going to ink blend this front panel here, but this panel is going to be very small. Well, not very small, but smaller than I'm used to using. And it'll be popped up on foam tape. And it's the second rectangle in the Lawn Fawn stitched rectangle dies. I'll show you them in a second here. There they are. So I cut that out, and then I chose the pattern paper that I thought would look best with that, and that's from the Busy Bees paper pack. So I trimmed that down, and then I decided to use the largest Lawn Fawn stitch rectangle on it, but I did trim it down just a little bit. You can still see the stitch design, but I wanted to be able to see the card base behind it. That's why I did that. And now I'm just going to lay that down with some double-sided adhesive. And then that center panel will be popped up with some foam tape. I'll add glue to that as well. The paper is very shiny and pretty, and I just like to make sure everything's going to stay and not peel up once it's in the mail. So for the other card, I used a fog card base, not white, and I went with the blue and white theme. So I used the trellis looking paper along with the blue paper with the white daisies. I cut out with Alphabet for My Stash both the word bee and kind. And yes, I did go with blue letters on the yellow one. I thought it looked good. You know, it looked well together, tied it in. Excuse me. And I was going to use Wonderful on the heart for the first card, the yellow card. But it was so close to the word bee that I just didn't feel comfortable stamping out just the word Wonderful. So I used Be Kind on both cards and just flip-flopped what was die cut and what was stamped and heat embossed. So I used both of the hearts that look like dripping honey from the ephemera. Then I used 3 different bee ephemera, 2 on the one card, 1 on the other card. Now the sleeping bee on the shelf of honey, he's going to be popped up on foam tape right over the word kind. And the other 2 are glued straight to the card front on the yellow one. So you have 4 cards today, 2 of them interactive and 2 of them from the pattern paper and the ephemera. And I think I'm getting a little bit better with the pattern paper and ephemera, guys. Not used to using it, but I think I've had some practice now, so I'm getting a little bit better. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think it's easier to work with ephemera and pattern paper? Also, check out the comment section in my YouTube channel. I have some updates about the giveaways there and everything with summer. So don't forget to check that out. Don't forget to use the coupon code in the description box below and check out Not2ShabbyShop.com. See everything Jamie has there in store. And I will have all the links for you in the description box below. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye for now.